What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends? This is Coach E on behalf of Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep. We are accepting new clients on both sides. Now, on that personal training side, we are located at Fit Circuit. That is 22141 Rockside Road, Bedford Heights, Ohio, 44146. Now, we do offer one-on-one personal training, group training, one-on-one boxing cardio class. That is noon every Saturday, sports-specific training, and weight loss. On that meal side, we do offer personalized meal prep, catering, charcuterie boards, fresh fruit and vegetable juicing. Now, for us to get in touch with you and for you to get in touch with us, reach out to us on www.perfecttimefitness.com and sign up for those things previously mentioned. We are waiting to hear from you and can't wait to hear from you. Thanks for reaching out in advance. Peace.
Break.
Yeah. I know. It is what it looked like. But with that being said, I want to welcome you all to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons, brought to you by Perfect Time Fitness with your boy Coach E, local neighborhood high school football coach, local neighborhood high school basketball coach, local neighborhood high school track coach. Also, most importantly, co-CEO, El Presidente at Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep, head trainer at Perfect Time Fitness. www.perfecttimefitness.com is our website. Go check it out. Do what you got to do. Reach out to us, and we will reply to you within 2 business days. Within 2 business days. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got 2 assistant coaches in the left and my left-hand side. It is all good in the D. What up, Xen?
What's up, man? You been sparring? What's going on, Coach E, man?
You know,
that bow tie.
I was out there.
That bow tie.
I was out there, man. You know, and unfortunately, we running low on numbers at football practice, right? So I say, I'm cool. I can play quarterback and inside run. So I tell the offensive huddle to play zone right. I repeat, zone right. On two. Ready? Break. Son of a bitch running back does not go zone right. I get the snap, reverse pivot, stick the ball out with my left hand so he can go outside, far outside, zone right. Turn around, son of a bitch, all I see is a dark visor and a face mask right here. Collision, boom, bottom lip, face mask, introduce each other to itself. Split my lip wide open. So it looked like somebody jumped me in the middle of the alley or something. But it's cool. Ain't nothing but love and fair in basketball and football. A little war wound, that's all. But if you see me dabbing, still stopping the bleeding, that's all. But we're going to keep this thing going.
Glad to see you've got your lips done,
sir,
Coach E.
Yes, sir. This is me.
So happy to see you've got your lips done. They were pretty big already, but now they're huge. You're looking really good, really ginormous, huge, big lips. All the ladies love big lips. Let me just tell I have lots of black friends with big lips like yours. Didn't have to make them so big, though.
Kill that damn running back out of get outside to the zone right. Hell.
Oh, man. But what's good, fellas?
Definitely not this blood dripping, but it's cool. On the right-hand side, I got Good Night, Papa. On the right-hand side, what up, Good Night, Papa?
Yo, what's good? E. Scurry, the big lip bandit. Pause. Oh, did he? Sorry, man. These dogs gonna keep flying today. Yo, man, did you hear, though? The Browns' dome plans have changed. They are gathering all the recycled aluminum foil from the cookouts, and that's going to be the new dome at the old stadium.
Oh,
so we'll cover that. You know, they go have a foil dome since they pulled the money. I'm sure we're gonna talk about that at some point in time, but it's not your boy, but your favorite grown ass man, Mr. Taboo Timmons. And yo, we got some stuff to chat about today. So what's it gonna be, fellas? How are we gonna start this thing off?
Oh, I know how I want to start it off. America, let me tell you something. It was the change of the guards on Saturday evening. You hear me? The change of the guards. We usually come on here with stories how BC come over and we chill, watch the game, drink all night, party all night, shoot the shit. Now the
Yeah.
roles have reversed. Ladies and gentlemen, my man Zen came through and watched the Browns game, pulled an all-nighter, B. I'm talking about an
What?
all-nighter. All caps. All caps on the
Oh,
all-nighter. I'm talking 2 a.m., B. This was inevitable.
are you?
It was crazy, dog.
I'm feeling some type of way now, Zen, man. Ain't down there, you ride by. I'll be like, who's
Hey,
that
let me tell you,
Zen?
and B, you salty about this one. A lot of things can't go on air, but Zen was real privy to some inside information that was talked about in this basement on that evening. Boy, Hood was over
Mm,
here. My boy Mondo was over here. Man, it
mm.
was a whole bunch of information.
Inside
Oh,
information.
B, I'm talking.
Can't get no brothers a clue. Oh man,
And,
come on,
the
man.
clue is, it is what it is. That's the clue.
Oh, damn. Okay, well it is what it is. I feel left out and jealous.
Oh, dog.
Mad.
I tell you what.
I was tricked to stay home. That's what I was tricked to stay home. It was just a trick.
And another thing, Zen got to witness me run through the house 8 times on cornhole, undefeated. Undefeated.
Oh, you had the cornhole out too. You know I'm the champion
Well,
cornhole.
you're gonna
E.
have to come.
Come on,
You're gonna
man.
have to come try and take it away, cause man, I was hot, B. Like I was hot, on fire,
Hey.
zoned in. And then we had another get together on Sunday because Sharon's auntie is here from North Carolina, and we
Okay.
had some more people over. Undefeated Sunday too, didn't lose. The closest game was 21-8. I was on fire,
Oh my
dude.
goodness.
I ain't lost
Really?
in about 3 weeks, dude.
Oh man, see, I was just playing last week. As a matter of fact, we was over Nicky brother house, Bam, and it was me. Bam was over there. No, he ain't play.
Said Bam?
Yeah,
Which one is
Bam,
Bam? Is Bam the one that looked like your son?
the big
Which one
twin.
looked like your
No, that's
son?
That's
yeah, that's
Pimp.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We was over at his house. His son graduated. So we was over there. Actually, Ted again was over there. He lost. He got whooped on the cornhole.
Mm-hmm.
We was just whooping people at cornhole. Me and Jay. And Jay was drunk as hell. I like, damn, why I get the drunk man on my team? He was staggering. Sorry, Jay. But yeah, I was sinking him, boy. It was like I was sinking him. Then he started trying to shoot him, and then it was like, "What are you doing, bro? Like, what's happening?"
Yeah, so I almost resorted to jumpers only too, because that's how hot I was, B. I was on fire.
Oh man, see, oh man, I feel left out,
And
lonely.
I gotta put this part out there too, Zen. You missed a nice drinking fest too, B. We started nice and cool with some brews and tequila. Next thing you know, the
Yeah,
moonshine came out. I tried to get
are you
Zen to do
serious?
some moonshine. He smelt that joint. He said, "No, man."
The shine was there. Uncle Don was there too.
No, we just got some leftover still from that party.
Are you serious? Yeah, that was good, Zane. You should have started shining, man. You might.
Look.
I don't know. You like
I,
take your clothes off. You drink. I don't
Damn.
know. You might not.
uh,
Might not want to give him no shine. It's hot.
Oh.
But man, I smelled that thing and my kidney said thank you, but no thank you.
Your liver, your kidneys, everything was like, thank you, bro.
Shriveled up on the smell alone, boy.
Damn, oh man, I started to come through too, man. I got tricked. Nick, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch the game. I want to watch." So you know y'all ain't watch the Avengers play.
Absolutely.
Y'all ain't watched that. Y'all just watched the Brown.
Yeah.
So how'd you do that with Did you have 2 TVs going?
Yeah, I did. But then once the Avengers got closer, I just went full screen to the Avengers and watched
Yeah.
that finish.
Oh, bro. Yeah, that Brown snoozer, it wasn't nothing,
Yeah.
man. It wasn't nothing. Man, hold on, no. I got a bone to pick with you. Who the hell your boy think he is? He can sit out the preseason. You got Love playing, you got Burrow
Hey,
playing, and this son of a bitch is, in your words, out here sitting the pine. Who the hell you think he is?
Deshaun Watson, and that wasn't his
Yeah, yeah.
decision. That's the coach's decision. So you talk to your boy Kevin. Kevin overruled and
Man,
said
Kevin.
he's not playing until the
Oh,
last
God.
preseason game. So don't talk about Deshaun. That is Kevin.
Man, that turkey bacon dude, man, he ain't getting out there, man.
Hey.
What they trying to see if it goes sideways, y'all. Let Flacco go. Now we got this bastard Winston,
Mm-hmm.
and Winston, whatever his name is, and the rest of the black quarterback room or whatever, the quarterback rooms, all brothers, the same quarterbacks. Are they trying to see if it goes sideways, what they gonna do? Because ain't no Flacco to say today this time.
Hey, he didn't save the day last time. He just played. If he saved,
He did play
if
and
he
save the
saved the
day.
day, we would have went deep in the playoffs. He ain't saved nothing.
If your defense showed up, which they didn't show up this preseason game, but I'm gonna give them a little slack because wasn't
I
everybody
was about to
playing.
say, dude,
But they,
nobody played.
yeah, that's what I
Nobody.
say. Your boy Hickman get burnt, but we'll go over that, man.
Mm-hmm.
I had that bone to pick with
It's cool. I just had to make you feel less of a patron by telling you my man Xen stayed all night. We had drinking games. He was indulging in
you.
Canada Dry.
Yo,
Damn.
I need that. I need to. Sharon got to tell me that watermelon juice, how she make that joint again, cause that joint.
Yeah, she said everybody was loving it.
Dog,
Watermelon
I was like,
juice?
yo, I got a watermelon now. I need to know how that's made, bro, for real. I was like, man, I could eat it. I can make some good ass juice. I'm like, man, I think I'll go with that option, man.
You gotta be careful, man. You see what happened? E2 had too much watermelon juice. His lips swole up. That's because he had all that damn watermelon juice.
Hey, no, that's just her juicing. She did her juicing for herself last week, and that's what was left over. She juiced the whole
So,
watermelon.
like, what? She got a juicer or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
see, I don't got that. I only got a blender, so I gotta look into one of those.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
all right, all right.
that was a hell of a price tag on that gift too, brother. Shit, it better be a damn good
Oh,
juicer.
okay, okay.
It better be some damn compliments after every cup of juice that's ever drank.
All right, man. Who gonna start this thing off? Y'all know how to start this thing off. Is it which one? Is it B? Is it E? Which one? Who we
I'm,
going
I'm,
with?
I'm gonna go first this week. B always take the lead, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
go ahead,
I take the lead.
reverse it, and take the lead. So I wanted to put a big recap on the Olympics, man, because this was one of the best Olympics overall since I can remember.
No,
Probably
absolutely.
about hell the Atlanta Olympics for real. That was one of the most competitive Olympics, and I was a youngster, and I was enjoying that. But this one right here, the London one, boy, it was competition in every single sport. We failed to mention last week that epic 100-meter men's final where it came down to video evidence of the winner, which was Noah Lyles. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you was watching that by the naked eye, you would have thought he got third or fourth. Come to find out, I always thought it was the first thing that crossed the line that they go with to stop the clock and determine who the winner was. Come to find out, it's his torso. The torso was what they had to go by because it was so close. And I was telling everybody and breaking it down. That's why I love Noah Lyles. I watch him train a whole lot, even stole a whole bunch of exercises from him and formed running drills that I passed down to the kids that I train and the kids at the school. So you want to be that high because that's going to force your knees to come up high. And the more high knees you get, the more power you got going down, making force coming off of the ground. So that's why his second gear, like his catch up speed, is through the roof because out of his drive phase, he goes to that pre-pause erection state where he just straight up and
Oh
down.
no.
Michael Johnson used to do that style, but Michael Johnson was like a little bit more laid back up top. Noah Lyles is more of a 180-degree straight line, kind of 90-degree straight line, if you will, from the waist up. But man, he did his damn thing in that thing because if you was watching it, those intros took forever. And then they was on a starting line. I don't know if y'all remember how long that was. It was like 7 minutes before the race even started from when they came out from the intros and they was doing all that stuff. I'm like, dude, they might have to warm up again because they showed is dragging the dramatics out of this thing, but it lived up to every single hype. Then we got the gymnastics, where the United States team took home the gold. Everybody expected that with Simone Biles coming back and reclaiming her GOAT status. She did her thing on the floor exercise, the balance beam, the bars, everything. Floor exercise, especially. They say her floor exercise routine is one of the hardest ever, and this is like regular routine for her. But if the ordinary person would try it, they say there's no way that they can do the twists and turns and flips that she's able to do with her explosion and the way that she can control her body in the air. Then you go to the Avengers, the basketball team, men's basketball, that is. One of the toughest last two games that I can remember in the United States Olympic history. That Spain one with Kobe and them, yeah, that was a pretty good one too. But that Serbia, the one leading up to the championship game, that was one hell of a comeback. Everybody was kind of panicking, like, oh man, I thought we was about to lose. Deep down inside, you had to know that the killers that we had was going to eventually show up and show out and do what they were supposed to do, and they did.
Yes, sir.
And then going to that France gold medal game, boy, I don't know about the next couple years, man, because hell, Wemby was chilling, and he still had a good 26 and what was it, 10, 26 and 10 or something like that, but
Man, what was this stat line? That's a good
dog, it
question.
was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
And he was like in
26-7.
26 or 7.
26-7 board, a steal. Yeah.
And I'm
He was out there. I mean, he wasn't doing much.
he wasn't doing much. He had 26 and 7 in a
No, I'm saying, but he made it look so easy.
yeah. That's what
my
I'm
hat's
saying.
off. Yeah, my hat's off to the French, man, and the Serbs, man. I can't talk that foreign crap no more, man. I can't poop on the foreign basketball programs no more.
Yeah,
No way.
I don't know why you wanted to, because like we always say, the world has caught up to a certain extent. They still not as athletic as us and everything like that. But as far as just basic basketball, because you got to think, Joker been playing with that team since he was like 16 years old, dude. So every time he go home, that's the people he play with. So it's just continuity out the ass when he go back home and rekindle that flame. But here we go. We got to have training camp and put the best people that we can together and try and make the best team. And that's just not the same as playing with each other since 16 years old. So they and back to Wemby, man. Hell, if he did that this year and then the Olympics in 4 more years, he gonna be so much better as well as everybody else that he was playing with. So, boy, we gonna have to come with another Avengers team because I don't see. Whew, I don't want to speak too early.
Yeah.
But I don't see how we gonna compete with that, boy.
Yeah, we got to come with the grit players because I was thinking about our little debate a couple episodes ago. Of course,
Please,
I'm not gonna rehash
I'm
it,
gonna
bro.
be quiet.
I'm not gonna rehash it. I'm not gonna rehash it. Just hear me out. The dogs had to come out, man. The dogs. So long as we got dogs next time, because look, Serbia brought that thing. They came out, boy. They was talking trash.
Bogey.
They was howling to the crowd.
Bogey was talking to
You know what I'm
Melo
saying?
crazy.
Talking crazy, and I loved it. I loved
Absolutely.
every minute of it, man.
Yes.
You had to get the dogs, and then France came out, man. Look, them boys was balling too. Of course, Yabusele, Gachon Yabusele,
Mhm.
the French Ben Wallace dunked on Brian, something just monkey dunk on Brian, man. You can't dunk on the king like that and stand over him.
Hey,
You know what I
my
mean?
question is, why has nobody been talking about that? Like, I have not heard nobody rehash that, and that was pretty sick. He was late
Man was
on
sick.
rotation, and he tried to take a charge.
He was.
Don't do that.
He was.
He got one.
Man, he got monkey dunk. He got great PR people. The PR people scrubbed the
They
deck,
damn
man.
sure
it's hard
did.
To find what it said. Yeah, because people ain't talking about it, man. I was like, the king.
Oh,
The king is down.
dog.
It was nasty. Them boys came out though. So hats off to the French team. Like I say, past 2 years, we didn't had number 1 French draft picks in the NBA. Wembanyama, well deserved. He out there doing his thing. He only gonna get better.
Mhm.
I don't know
Close.
how many more.
Yama.
Wembanyama,
So close.
man, American enough.
Yama.
I'm not spending
Close.
time trying to. Oh, I did get Yabusele right though. I did
Right.
get Gachon
Yes, you
And
Yabusele.
that's
did.
harder.
I did. Yeah, y'all ain't give me no props, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to be like,
I didn't
good
know you
job,
was gonna
B.
screw it up. The next name that came out your mouth, you was gonna screw up. So
Big Giraffe, the giraffe dude. Wimby.
Jeffrey.
What is it? Wimbyana? Wimbayana.
Yama,
That's it.
man, Yama.
Wimbayama.
Yeah.
Yama.
Thank you, man.
I feel like I got a mouth disorder. I feel like I got thick lips. I can't even pronounce it right. I'm sorry. Yeah, man, hats off, man. But look, yo, man, the dogs came to play though, man. I seen it, man. And my boy Tatum, man, I look, we ain't rehashing, but I felt bad arguing so hard for that man. And he go out there and do what he did, man. He ain't show no dog. And I get it, man. Tatum, man, you making the light skinned nation look good. If it wasn't for that killer Steph Curry, Chef Curry chefing it up in the last few minutes of the whole game, dog, and it'll be bad for light skinned nation. So look, one last thing I'm gonna say, man. I don't know about y'all, but I want to see Brian and Steph on the same team. Send them to the Lakers. I want to see Brian and Steph on the same damn team to close their careers. If it's Cleveland, it's not Cleveland. I want to see it, man. That was fun. I had a ball watching that. I don't know about y'all. Y'all got y'all faces screwed up.
Oh,
I want to see it. Y'all don't want to see it?
well, not
not
not right now. This is kind of like the Mayweather Pacquiao fight. If that happens, it's too late. That time has passed.
Is it? How? Did you see what just happened? How is it too late?
Yeah, but they had other big time threats on the court to open up what they were doing, and that's not going to be the same situation in LA.
Man, you put Brian, Steph, and AD out there, man. Come on.
Sound good.
I'm telling you. That would be a man. They need to make it happen, man. This was too fun. Cause Steph, the Warriors is done, man. The Warriors got Draymond and Clay stunk for years. He about as bad as Deshaun Watson. They give him charity money. You know, like look, he been bad. So who they got? Who Steph got out there now? Nobody.
Andrew Wiggins, baby.
Yeah, Wiggins. Okay. Next question. Nah, man, they asked him about is he gonna retire or Golden State Warrior. He said he gonna do what's best for his family. So I'm hoping that mean that we can see Brian and Steph play together, close out their careers, man. That was fun.
Nah, it ain't happening.
It ain't happening, or you don't want to see it. You don't want to see
I'm a
it,
betting man, I wouldn't. I think, as far as legacy goes, him playing for one franchise his entire career, I think will do much more for his legacy than going to the team up with somebody at the end of it. I just think about Kobe and him just playing for the Lakers that whole entire time and how people see him.
Mm-hmm.
The perception is just different, man. It's just different. If you're able to play for one team your whole
that don't really
career.
make a difference no more. I mean, it did at once upon a time, but this is a new age. Like that's when people was retiring from companies 20, 25 years. You get a pen. People moving on was best because they got power now.
That's
cool.
I
mean, and look what happened with Kobe at the end of his career. He sucked at the end of his career. He was hurt. And their team sucked.
Revered him until his death, and they still do it at post after his death. But up until his death, man, people revered him. Man, I'm telling you, it's something about if you can play for one team for your entire career. I think about just how Reggie Miller, when he goes back to Indiana, or how Dirk Nowitzki is looked at in Dallas, or Tim Duncan in San Antonio. It matters, man. It matters. It will do so much more for him post career that I think that it ain't even worth it. His legacy is pretty much cemented. He's just adding on. I don't think playing with LeBron will do anything for his legacy. That's just me personally. But now y'all brought up Steph. Now he was on fire those last two games in the semifinals and of course the finals against France. He had that unbelievable shot that people are calling the greatest shot ever in the Olympics over Wembanyama to close it out. That was some. I was like, if this goes, show enough. But so
I knew it was going in. And Steph
coming off this high, people are asking a question: is Steph the greatest point guard of all time? With the gold medal now, the 4 championships, and everything else, first unanimous MVP ever, 2-time MVP. is Steph the greatest point guard of all time?
I said the greatest shooter.
Yeah.
I don't know about point guard. Greatest shooter, yeah, but it's a lot of PGs. Like, I mean, but that's a good argument though. That's a
It's
good one.
it's a good argument, and it's a good thing to talk about and a good title to try and give him. But like you said, be 100% greatest shooter of all time. There's you. If anybody argues that, they should never watch basketball ever again. But point guard, that's kind of tough to just label him an all out point guard. To me, he's actually a two. He just brings the ball
Yeah,
up at
he's a two.
times. So I don't know. With that point guard, yeah, he up there with some of the greatest, but to call him like the all out greatest, nah, I'll just stick with the best shooter of all time, not the greatest point guard of all time.
It's hard because I can argue against myself though, and it's only really one person I can put above him, and that's Magic Johnson. But I
Absolutely.
can argue with myself because I always say Steph Curry's handles is underrated. No, it's not flashy
No, it
like
ain't underrated.
Kyrie Irving, what Kyrie do. But people don't talk about his handles a lot. But he can kind of orchestrate, get where he need to go at will. He get rebounds. He throw dimes. So point guard by old school definition, throwing dimes. It's just he's such a great shooter, the greatest shooter. We overlook his point guard skills. So I actually can argue with myself. I could put him at number 2. I'm probably biased because I'm a Magic fan.
But the argument that I would say, with him being the greatest shooter of all time, that involves him coming off a lot of down screens and curls and all that stuff like that. Not really him. Don't get me wrong. He did create his own shot. Exhibit A, that shot in the Olympics where he had the little handle and then that sidestep fadeaway 3-pointer from the wing. But he's known more for coming off of those picks and known more. Everybody talks about how you got to chase him around on defense, how he's in one of the best conditioned athletes that they've ever seen, just from him running around to make those open threes or to get those threes as open or not open, or just to get the ball to shoot, catch and shoot. So that's the only argument that I would have if somebody say greatest point guard. Because if you're a point guard, you really wouldn't think about a point guard doing all of that. You would think about a point guard
That's true.
initiating all of that. You know what I mean?
Initiate.
Yeah.
But here's the double-edged sword with that. I'm looking at his stats. You know, I'm a stats guy. Last year, 5.1 assists, 4.5 rebounds. Year before, 6.1 boards, 6.3 assists. 6.3 assists. His high was 7.7 assists in 2014, 2015. 8.5 in 2013, 2014. I mean, them some arguably great point guard numbers because you think of the point guard as the initiator, right? Like you said. But he also the field general. He's the guy that's dishing the rock. Curry just his assists gets buried in his points. But this is some good point guard numbers right here. I mean, with all these assists and boards, and so how not is he up there? And again, I'm biased because I'm a Magic fan, but I will put Magic above him. It's probably the only person above him. I'll put Magic Johnson.
Whoa. How you gonna do that? And then what you say, B? I'm welcoming all the tomatoes of this one. If you're gonna say Magic, you got to go with LeBron as the best point guard. Then, if you're gonna do that, going off assist numbers like that, he actually
I'm
led the
going with their
league in
position
assist.
though.
Yeah, Magic, yeah,
But he ain't the point.
Was Magic really a point, or did he just bring the ball up?
He played the point.
He was a small.
No,
forward.
Magic was the point. He was the
So
point. He brought the ball
So
up.
was Byron Scott? He was a small forward, or was he? Was he the point
He was
guard?
the point too.
So that's what I'm saying.
Man,
He
Magic was the point,
guard.
man.
So
No, he was the 2, right? Magic was at the point.
Magic was at the point because he can make great decisions, but he's not a point guard. He played the point.
How's he not a point guard?
Let me break it down. Just
he running offense.
Yes, because he was the best decision maker with the ball. So I guess you can say in essence, yes, that's a point guard, but I'm talking about height, weight, and style of play, things like that. You don't think of that as a traditional point guard. But yes, he played the point. He initiated the offense because his decision making. But I'm talking about, so if you go by point guard and look at Steph, that's 2 total different players and athletes at the point guard position. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, true, but Magic was averaging like 12 assists a game.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying you can't leave LeBron off of that point guard list then. if we gonna do
Well,
that.
LeBron is a forward. He is listed as a
But
small. He's listed as
but
a
what
power
but
forward.
what
Magic
does he
Johnson has PG by
but
his
what
name.
does he always do?
PG.
He always initiates the offense and sometimes leads the league in assists and always has at least over 7 assists his whole career averages
Yeah,
every
as
year.
a point forward. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
argument, but he's not listed as the point. He's a point forward. That's the point Scottie Pippen was pushing the rock. He was the first Bron before Bron. Scottie Pippen, he was pushing the rock up the floor as the small forward / power.
I'll give that to Penny Hardaway or Grant Hill.
Nah, Penny was actually the point. Penny was listed
As
as the
far
point.
as styles
And
of
Grant,
play and size, that's what I'm talking about.
hey man, I'm a stats guy. When I look by their name, I see PG. I ain't never saw PG by Bron name. I'm just saying. I've seen
I understand.
point forward off. I never seen PG.
I understand.
All right, real quick, because I know you got a topic, Coachy, that you want to get to. I gotta spaz out or nerd out over these Olympics.
Uh-oh.
These Olympics were pretty good. All right, so Noah Lyles, you brought up Noah Lyles. We got to talk about him. So okay, he won the 100. He's getting ridiculed now over what happened in the 200. He said he had COVID. People was like, I don't know. He might have been faking. We don't know about all that. You came out, you ran, then the next thing you know, you falling all over the ground and they taking you off in a wheelchair. People
Right.
like you trying to find cover for not winning your main event. Basically, people are questioning, is that what you was doing? Then some a news article comes out where he's criticizing Anthony Edwards. They leaked that and basically stating Adidas, who is his shoe company, is asked him to come to an event for Anthony Edwards, and he said, "Why would I come to his event? He's never even been to the NBA Finals." And he went, and they said, and y'all giving him his own shoe. He's like, I've accomplished more. I was like, that's fine. I like Anthony and all, but why don't y'all see me the same way y'all see him?
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you, Coachy, some folks we love him as a runner. What about Noah, the personality? How's that? And can Noah be a person? Can people get behind Noah? Because Anthony Edwards. Let's keep it real. He's got personality, right? And for whatever reason, his arrogance doesn't rub people the wrong way. But when it comes to Noah, he's very polarizing.
Mm-hmm.
Either you love him or you hate him. There's no in between when it comes to this man. So, one, what do we think of Noah the personality? Two, can this man actually be what really I'm trying to think. Has a track athlete ever had a signature shoe?
Michael
I'm
Johnson
trying to
with
think.
Nike,
Ooh,
because I
yeah, that
had
was
him.
wild. Yeah, that was so. Is he in the same vein as a Michael Johnson that he could actually be put with a signature shoe and people would flock and get behind him?
So your part one, the question of Noah Lyles the person, do I like him? Yes, I really like Noah Lyles the person because he's a different kind of guy. And it's literally different kind of people out there that can identify with what he went through, what he's going through, and how he is and how he acts and how he reacts to things. So it's just opening another set of eyes on another set of people that really do exist, that everyday people and everyday fans don't pay attention to. So the reason why a lot of people can't get with him and think he's like over aggressive with his attitude and his flamboyancy and his swag, because I see it as swag, but of course, in basketball, it's such a bigger sport and a more popular sport. Anthony Edwards' personality and swag is looked at totally different just because everybody's used to the NBA and the personalities being like that. And if you look at track, it's such a smaller sport and you only get the light shined on you once every 4 years. So that's the only time people really pay attention to them. So it can be like whoa, who is this dude? Ain't nobody heard of him. Nobody really watches track like that. But if you follow track
Nope.
and know Noah, you can understand it and appreciate it because he is kind of taking over the game right now. And as far as the COVID stuff, I have no other choice but to believe that he really had COVID. Now, at the end, yeah, he kind of Paul pierced it up with the wheelchair and things like that. Of course, once again, that goes to this is his moment because it's the Olympics, and he's going to have to wait another 4 years for people to pay attention to him. So why not drag it out and try and get your last little seconds in the spotlight and do what you got to do because you're going to go to the wayside next week. Hell, no, next week nobody's even going to think about talking about Noah Lyles just because of how the world does track.
Right.
So Anthony Edwards is going to continue to be in the spotlight because of like that signature shoe you was talking about, the NBA schedules being released, the Timberwolves being a hot team in the NBA, and just basketball being a global sport. Track is really a global sport, but not really like that in the United States being held to the certain standard and the same popularity as basketball. So I have no problem with Noah Lyles. I really like Noah Lyles. And yes, he is the number one sprinter in the game, actually. For him to have COVID, and everybody out there knows what they say COVID does to the body, he was able to compete at a high level like that and still got a bronze medal out of that thing running with COVID. I have a lot of respect for that. That's really hard to do. It could have gone a whole lot worse. And as far as him trying to like do it before the meet, was so people were saying that he knew he was gonna lose, so that's why he was trying to like act like that. I'm pretty sure he still went in there thinking he was gonna win, just because that's the confidence that he has in himself and the training that he does. I keep saying the training because y'all have to pay attention to his training, dude. He works his ass off, and I could respect that. Like he really works his ass off. That's what really made me like him even more.
And the only thing I say, because of his personality, people aren't respecting what he actually was able to
Yeah,
accomplish,
right,
like you
right.
said. Getting that bronze, man, people are in having COVID and whatever it does to your lungs and whatnot, and to be able to get that bronze, people should be that
Applauding
should be
that.
like his game. Right. But because of his personality, how he rubs people the wrong way,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm wondering if he's the athlete. I think more people get behind Sha'Carri, and she has the flamboyant personality, but and
And
but
nobody is even mentioning that she got a silver instead of a gold. Everybody is applauding her silver. So if you want to really think about it, why isn't she held to the same standard of her getting gold as being the fastest woman in the world when she just came off a world championship gold medal run in the world championships earlier in 2023 and then supposed to be the number one 100-meter sprinter as a woman, but she got the silver. I know it's a backstory to that and everything happened the way
yeah,
it did, but still, it is what it is. And that's another thing that track has against them. It's a me sport because I'm running and everybody is going to see my performance. And if I lose, there's no arguing with it. You can't say, oh, well, I hit the shot before the buzzer went off and they overturned it. No,
Mm.
we saw you lose. And there's no, I passed the ball to him and he missed the shot. That's why we lost. No, you lost.
Right.
So that's why it's so hard as a track athlete because you are the reason why you lost.
Hey,
unless they
you
don't
gotta
let you
know.
in so you could get your proper warm up
Right.
done. But that's
Another
another
story.
story.
Another story.
Well, oh, go ahead, B.
Nah, hey, bro, I ain't watched much of it, man. But you talk
Oh,
that
okay,
trash, man.
okay.
You talk
Let-
that
let-
trash. No, hold on, man. You talk that trash. You better be able to back it up. Noah
But he
Lyles,
usually
know your
do.
role and shut your
He
mouth.
usually do.
Shut your mouth, Noah Lyles. The what man? I tuned into it. That one dude from the USA, man, looked like a nerd. Urkel, man. He came out. Mama was like, "Oh, who is this?" Man, he hawked down Noah Lyles. That was in. It was in. He was like second. Lyles placed second. I forget which race it was. It was like one of the
oh, that was
100 meters.
Yeah, it's the
semifinals, but
semis.
The
I forget.
Nobody
semifinal.
cares about the semis, B.
Yeah.
That's track. You got to
But I
understand
mean,
that part of
bruh,
track.
you sit here talking to trash. You like you said, he want to be relevant. Shut your mouth because you lost, bro. You want to roll around. You want to talk about my NBA players. Hey, NBA players, shut your mouth. You want to roll around and act like you're so hurt. You wasn't hurt before you stepped on the court on the track field. You was out there I seen him sticking his tongue out, and wagging it like a dog, and talking all that trash before time. And then when you got your ass whooped, you want to roll on the ground, bro. Get up, shut up. That's how I feel about it. Get up and shut up. Just say, look, you bro, I got beat. Don't come
Hey,
out talking all that trash.
B don't understand track, Zen. He just don't.
Hey,
It's
you
three,
lost.
4 days in between races, dude. So he could contact COVID that day when he won the 100 and went to Olympic Village with, hey, this is gonna sound weird and mean, guys. He's in there with Ethiopians, Somalians, Ghana
Oh
people,
man.
British people. You never know what's going on in their homeland, and he's in very close contact with these people. So he could have contacted COVID the day he won the 100-meter dash. And that third day, when it's the 200-meter finals, his body is done because he had COVID. But that's the track
So
world,
he caught COVID. He caught COVID and ravaged his body to the point he had to fall out after he lost. Now I wonder if he was gonna fall out
dude.
if he'd have won that
What
thing. I got a feeling if he'd have won, he wouldn't have been falling. He probably did a backflip.
you know what?
He probably wouldn't have
I
fell out.
think he would have fell out because that would have been even more dramatic. That would have took it to another level. I won the gold medal with COVID. I'm telling
No,
you, dude. I'm telling you.
man, he wasn't gonna fall out, man. This
All right,
dude just
all right.
extra for no
Look,
reason.
look, we
Extra.
running short on time, but I gotta get this real quick. Men's 4x100,
Oh,
Coach E.
oh.
What's going on, Coach E? You got to talk to me. Why? Look, man, it was like they had the Benny Hill blooper reel right before the race,
Yes.
like man, and they
Hey, what happened?
continued the blooper
Right, what
reel.
happened? I heard y'all talking
I was
about what
like, they
happened.
added on to the blooper reel. What's going on? Why can't these dudes get it together when it comes to passing the baton,
You know
man?
what, Zen? I wish I had an answer, but there's no reason for. You saw Kung Fu Kenny put the tape down, and that's when he's supposed to take off when Coleman reaches the tape. This son of a bitch takes off 3 steps before he even gets to the tape. It's impossible now. Like, it is over. Do you have no time in that short exchange zone with the fastest humans on the earth? It's over. I, Nothing can help me understand why he took off so early. That's just in this instance. And in years before, these exchanges have been absolutely horrible. I don't even know who the coach is that teaches these dudes the exchanges and everything because it's like a Avengers men's basketball thing. You just get 4 of the greatest sprinters in the world and just throw them together and hope they become a team when it's 4x1 time. Dude, you have to have this 4 ready to go and practice and practice and practice. That's the only way I can see it because there's no excuse. It's horrible and it's embarrassing for 20 years plus to be gone by and Americans have not won the 4x1 gold medal. Haven't even finished the race. That's embarrassing and just ridiculous.
All right, real quick, real quick. All right, as we keep going along, you talked about Shakiri. Shakiri was able to make up and have her Olympic moment in the 4x100
Man, did she ever?
when she got that baton and she just took off and she gave Shorty that look like what? That look on her face like what? So she had her moment. Gabby Thomas had a hell of a Olympics. Man, she won a 200. Still don't know if she'd have won if Sharika was there. That's me. Sharika Jackson of Jamaica.
She definitely would have won.
I don't
She would have
know.
won, Zane.
I don't know. But then she comes back, gets the gold in the 4x100, gets the gold. They had her in the 4x400. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, snap. All right. And she did her thing. And I gotta give props to Sydney McLaughlin
Thank
Lavroni.
you.
She did her man.
AKA Jarika Duncan.
I was like, if she had
Mm.
if she had an off day, I was like, Femke Bowl might overtake you.
Mm-mm.
But
Not even
no, she
close.
was on her game. Femke wasn't on hers, and man, because I was like, the only time I've seen her break the world record is here in the U.S. out there in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but nah. Look, hey, she just took it to a whole nother level, and then in the 4x400, that lead that she gave them, woo,
Crazy.
woo, yeah, crazy. And I got shout out Ry Benjamin. You finally
Oh
beat
yeah.
the man from Norway.
Yes.
Karsten, I'm forgetting your last name, but I thought that white boy was gonna beat him again. But no, Rob Benjamin, he been going at it. I was like, persistence, and he was finally able to overtake him. Got him giving props for that. That's my Jamaica. Woo! Where you at? I don't know where y'all was at. Man, disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. I'm not used to Jamaica being this way. That's it. That's my but I had to get that off my chest, man.
There you go.
You had me caged in last week. I couldn't get it out. But,
Get him
all
out.
right, Coach E, you got a story about one of our local. Hey, man, he was in line to become one of the next local legend for the Cleveland Browns, following in the same vein as Denzel Ward. But it don't look like we're gonna go down that path, Coach E. What's up with your boy?
Well, I want to say, and yes, I am jumping to conclusions because I know this is the only conclusion that's going to come from this situation. I want to say RIP to the career of Michael Hall Jr. because there is no turning back after this, brother. You have officially became Ray Rice Jr. in your escapades and in your thinking. And yeah, he's a hometown kid, Streetsboro High School, all that stuff, Ohio State University. Great defensive tackle. Like you said, Xen, he played this past Saturday and had heads turning like, man, he's really better than we thought, sooner than we thought. He was bumping himself up to play on opening day. Then Monday night happened. Monday night in Avon, Ohio, which is a suburb in Cleveland on the west side, far west side, and that's known to be one of the more upscale neighborhoods, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
Young lady that he's living with, fiance, has a child with another young man. The child is about to be 3 years old. They also have a child together who is 11 months old. So the child that she has with another young man needed a dental procedure, and the young lady asked Michael Hall, would he foot the bill for the dental procedure? He said, well, ask the biological father, see if he has the money first. If not, I'll see what I can do. I'll make it happen or whatever. So apparently she goes to her phone and reaches out to the young man that she had the baby with, and apparently he didn't have the money. So she goes back to Michael Hall and says, yeah, he didn't have the money, so can you help me out with this? So he says, did you really ask him? Let me see your phone. Let me see the thread or let me see the conversation about what you were supposed to ask him. She gives him the phone. He starts reading the thread and he starts scrolling up more. Immediately, she snatches the phone out of his hand and locks the phone. So, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, that's where it went from sugar to shit. He proceeded to do what's her name? Simone Biles. He flipped. He immediately tried to snatch the phone back from her. Words were exchanged. She immediately felt threatened. She ran upstairs to the bedroom where he's downstairs yelling and cussing and fussing. By the way, both of the children were in the house as well as the young lady's mother, aka his soon-to-be mother-in-law, trying to calm him down. He does not calm down. Goes upstairs. SWAT team kicks the door in, takes her off the bed, throws her on the wall, grabbing her head, putting her head through the drywall, grabs the baby's bottle, takes the baby bottle, smashes the baby bottle upon her head. She stands up, tries to run out. He pushes her in the back. She falls down the stairs. Mom is trying to break up the whole thing, but this is a big young man and he's pretty strong. So then he proceeds to grab her by the ankles, lift her up, head facing the floor, tries to throw her out of the front door, does not succeed in that. So he says, all right, I got one better. I'll open the door myself, grab her by the same ankles I just did. I'm going to drag her from this front door all the way down the driveway to the sidewalk, scratching up her back, scratching up her hands and everything. Just imagine she's about 5'5'1". This young man is about 6'2", 290 pounds, professional football athlete, throwing 360-pound men around for a living, and he grabs this young lady like that, drags her. When they get to the sidewalk, he ones up himself again. He chooses to grab a 9mm Ruger from his waistband, points it to the young lady's temple, and said, I don't care. I will end all of this shit right now. Fortunately, he doesn't pull the trigger. He just walks away, proceeds to go back into the house where he smashed her up, goes upstairs, grabs some more clothes of hers, throws it outside the door into the yard. Mind you, I told you people what kind of neighborhood this is. This is Avon. You have
Right.
types of people in these neighborhoods that are not privy to this kind of behavior. So I told Sharon this is the perfect time to use this phrase. It was little kids riding their bike, enjoying their suburban life. We got stay-at-home moms at home drinking wine on the patio, talking about Tupperware parties. The next thing you know, some nigga shit breaks out. This whole episode. So he's telling her, get out the house, throws her clothes onto the yard. Get out the house, get out the house. You and your mama, get out the house. Many more expletives were being used at that time. Proceeds to go upstairs, get his car keys, puts the gun on the bed with the other gun that he was trying to decide if he was going to use, which one he didn't know. So he took the one, grabs the keys, immediately speeds off, goes to a local hotel and just checks himself in and goes to sleep as if nothing just happened, which you just made it so much, just a bigger deal than it was already. I mean, regardless, it was going to be a big deal. Now, the reason why I said he's Ray Rice Jr., everybody knew about the Ray Rice story, and it was like, man, he really punched a girl. That's messed up. But when that video came out and people saw how he punched that lady, everybody's tune changed. It was over from that minute. So now we're in 2024. You're in a neighborhood like that with all the surveillance and everything that is around you. You have so many Ring doorbells and you have so many home surveillance cameras that has caught this whole thing. So now that soon will be released. You know how this world is. They want to kick a man while he's down. I won't be surprised if that film is released within 2 to 3 days via TMZ or whatever, Twitter, whatever. But young man, you had a good game Sunday and that was your career. There's no coming back from this. That's too big of a deal. It's too public, and it's just a horrible decision at that. So, R.I.P. to Michael Hall's career.
Man,
All right.
disgusting. Go ahead, Z.
Yeah, it is. And here comes the antithesis. It depends on how much media. Yeah, how much the media takes this story. Now, locally, he's done. Yes. Locally, it's done. But I hate to say it, Greg Hardy got to play for the Cowboys. Reuben Foster got looks after this. Hell, Perrion Winfrey, 4 months later, was on the practice squad for the Jets. I'm like, it depends on how big this story actually gets. If the video gets out there and it like we said, like we think it will, yeah, he'll be Ray Rice then. But if this doesn't pick up much buzz, there's many of players with domestic violence on they rap sheet.
Was it this bad though? I mean, bro, that's extensive. He beat her up, dragged her out,
Man,
and pulled the
all I
gun.
say, like I can't go blow by blow of what Greg Hardy.
Yeah.
Greg Hardy's was pretty bad. Look, Reuben Foster, Roll Tide, hey, his was pretty bad. Like
But that's
can.
why I chose the Ray Rice Jr. title, that video. Like that video, once that comes out and people see it with their own eyes, like this dude had no regard for human life, and this decision came over $1,500.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, Winfrey, was that the dude with the Browns that pulled the gun on the one chick downtown?
Yeah.
He got to play. He did play.
Jets practice squad.
You say he played for the Cowboys? Jets.
Nah,
on the
he
practice
was
squad.
on the Jets practice squad 4 months later. Let's say, will it ever be to this extent? No. If he ever gets a chance, it's gonna be an uphill battle for sure.
Yeah.
If he ever gets another opportunity, it's gonna be on the thinnest margins, and then he gonna have to really showcase that the juice is worth the squeeze. He's got a lot working against him, that's for sure. but it's the NFL. That's why I said, look, I just watched an NBA season where I thought Miles Bridges was done. And this dude back just got a contract extension. It's not to the
What
level
all
that
he
he was
do?
looking to get.
Elaborate for the people. What he do, Zen?
Man, you got me. You got me. Have me look up all this stuff. But another domestic violence with
Pretty
his
intense.
Yeah.
baby
Yeah,
mother.
pretty intense.
It was intent.
Same
Did
thing
he
with
pull the
Kevin.
gun?
Yeah.
Yes, there was a gun involved in the Miles Bridges one.
Damn.
And Miles
Oh,
Bridges,
this-
the crazy thing about it is, man, he had a second incident once he got back with the Charlotte
Mhm.
Hornets. But
Damn.
you got
What's wrong
that.
with these
You
dudes
got
pulling guns on the
you got
girls, man?
Kevin Porter Jr., who I thought for sure was done. I thought for sure. I was like, yeah, you'll never hear from this dude. Dude just signed with the LA Clippers this year. So it looks like he's going to be back in the league. That's why I say domestic violence, as much as I would like to say, people, we should be taking it seriously. Man, these sports organizations don't necessarily take it just as serious as when it comes to that. So I say I still got a wait and see approach when it comes to this, because it could end them. It more than likely will, but there's always that outside shot that a team will give them another chance, though.
I wish it's a little small piece in me that say I hope he get another chance, just because, like I said, he a hometown boy, old state boy, but that's just dumb, man. It's just dumb. So
Yeah.
I can't
Exactly.
say I hope he does this and I hope he does that, but it's just dumb. And I told Sharon,
Yeah.
I gave her another scenario, and listen to me closely. I'm nowhere near saying that what he did was okay, but let's just flip the scenario to a certain extent, right? You're a young man, you got two kids, you got a young lady living with you, and you're trying so hard, right? Trying so hard. You try and get a job, you're not getting hired. You're trying to provide for your family. You busting your ass doing everything possible to provide for your family. Then you got the young lady chirping in your ear like, "Come on, you such a horrible dad. You can't provide for your family. You ain't doing nothing." Take that. Then you keep trying, still can't find a job. You find a job, it's not paying you enough. Then you end up getting fired. You keep trying, trying. Then you go home. See, I told you, you ain't nothing. You just got fired from a job. Boom, you snap. That right there, not saying that it's okay, but I can understand the mental plight and the mental decision of like, man, I'm really trying so hard and you on my back. Can you please give me a break? And you're not. And then boom, yeah, a man is gonna snap then. But that situation when all you had to do was just give her $1,500, you got it, and just
Yeah.
get it
You
over
got
with.
it.
I don't see how it went that far because of that.
You
Oh,
got it.
I see how it went. I see how it went that far.
How? You got the
Man,
money.
he just said he scrolled up the phone and he
Oh, you
saw
probably
something.
absolutely. But at that
Yeah,
point,
So
sweet.
that's what
at that point, you have to
You free.
you have to just leave right there.
Exactly.
You're
You're
absolutely
free.
right. You free.
You're free.
But that's the thing. The same thing that can make you great is the same thing that could
Yeah.
could make you fall
Absolutely.
right back down. Because that same mentality, his the way he handles conflict is on the football
Yeah.
field is
True.
by being aggressive and being
getting applauded
what
for it.
my man.
I say that too.
my
Yeah.
man Neil Brennan said, man, football being football, like man,
You can't be passive. You gotta be aggressive. You gotta be
Yeah.
knock it
And
over. Right.
And so when that because I was listening to Cam Newton, and Cam Newton was just watching a video
Peggy?
of us. Watching a video of a governor participating in a college practice, and then you just saw just in that little instance, he was like he didn't like how the governor was respecting the game of football. He's like, man, he don't know what it is, and you saw that flip.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, is that how it is? And you just saw his personality just change. He was like, man, that's the same thing with a football player. And I was like, man, once that flip, but he don't know. That being so young, like, man, and I don't know, like, cats just need to teach him, like, I don't know, like
Man.
conflict resolution off the field, how to handle that. Because you go around and you gotta be on 10 in order to play that game. You come home.
Don't get me wrong. You preaching to the choir, Zen. you're talking to a young man who has had these situations where you shouldn't be pissed, but you just are pissed just because you're normally and used to being wired all the time. Hell, I told a story on here where a young lady told me not to cut in line. I lose it, hawk a loogie, and spit in her face. I could have easily been on the other end of that situation, getting arrested for something like that. That's assault in real life, if you want to get
Yeah,
serious.
but
But there's also some other times where I flipped out and furniture got moving and things like that. So I'm not on my soapbox now, but this is the
but
42-year-old me saying this. You got to know just get the hell out, man, and preserve
yeah,
self-preservation. You
I
got
I
so
gotta put you
much
back.
going.
I gotta put you back on that soapbox, E, because I personally know you. You know, I know my cousin. My cousin's like Mighty Mouse over there, where you a big dude, and I never forget thinking, man, if this big mother get to acting up, man, we gonna have to run him over with the car or something. I don't know. It still might hurt the car. But yo, you man, I watch you in so many situations handle yourself just to the fullest, to the utmost fullest. So I can't give dude that I can't give him that excuse, man,
That's
because that
now. That's
that
Yeah,
now. That's
I
that's
mean, but
that's E
no, I'm
today.
talking about back then. I'm talking about
But
you then.
but E
Even
got
hawking the
but you
loogie on
wasn't
the
around
lady.
E. Yeah, you wasn't around E.
yeah.
What
But he ain't
Michael
said
is
nothing
what
about
20,
The
whooping
21?
on no
21, yeah, he's
women.
21. The
Yeah,
hell, let's say the 18 to 25-year-old me. Oh, it's a total different story. Total different story.
yeah, well, we'll leave that alone. But I'm talking about this dude right here. You know what I'm saying? Your conflict resolution on the football field with grown ass men, man. Don't take that to no woman, man. If anything, you see something you don't like, you rich, you young, you black, you got a promising career,
Hmm.
F that lady. You know what I'm saying? If you saw something, you free, bruh.
Hmm.
It's time to go get some tang. You know what I mean? You're gonna go out here, you probably gonna be faithful anyway. You about to get some tang, some groupies. Go get you some tang and groupies. You know what I mean? Just say, oh, look, all right, man. Look, you betrayed my trust.
That's
I feel you. Go ahead, leave. That's it.
somebody got
Now
to
look
be.
what it cost you.
That's game that needed to be spit to him before this incident.
Yeah, that's right.
Somewhere somebody didn't spit that game to him,
Hmm.
it, and thus he in this predicament that he in. That's the only thing. Like
Yeah, you flipping
more
out,
of us got
man.
to start passing this game down to these
That's
young
true.
dudes,
So
man.
that
Right. Move on, bro. Because now you gonna be labeled. I mean, I know those other examples, but you could be labeled as a unstable creature because you took the baby bottle, busted upside her head. You picked her up by the ankles.
Oh,
You had many a
absolutely.
times to get your cool. You threw her out, failed, then opened the door, come back, throw her out. And not only that, you say, you know what? I'm gonna get the gun.
right.
Like, you know what?
That
Let me see
that's
how far I
that
can
switch
even
was
go.
already
Oh
flipped,
yeah, switch was
man.
up.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
switch
but
was
then
flipped. But once it was flipped, man, it take a whole lot to turn it back off, man.
Hey, he turned that
man.
joint on at first and
it,
10. He played a whole series, got a stop, and came
yeah,
back after a pick from the quarterback. And like, man, defense back on the field already. Ah, gun.
Right. Yeah, dude. Hey man, get your shit together, bro. Get your shit together. I too have had a flip, but I ain't no football player, but I done had a flip. But look, bro, you still gotta at some point be like, you know what? No, that's a bad idea.
Hmm.
I'm sure y'all have been in situations even younger where y'all done went into that flip and was about to be something real stupid, and it was like, you know what? No, that might be a bad idea. But I don't
Absolutely.
know, man. I can't speak for everybody else, man. Just get your shit together, bro. You gonna have some time to think about it
Oh,
now. That $1,500 seem real
that fifteen
good
hundred
now.
turned into a $10,000 personal bond right now. That's only the first expense you're gonna have to spend, brother. So 1,500, that's a hell of a flip.
Mm-hmm.
1,500 to 10
Right.
grand.
If you get another chance, it ain't gonna be no time soon. I don't think you'll get a time soon. You said what? Perry Winfrey? I remember him. He pulled the chick on the white girl down there, the gun on the white girl. But you say he went to the practice squad. Did he ever play? Actually, because he wasn't bad. Did he actually play?
Mm-mm.
Or did he just
nah,
practice?
he didn't.
Never
He
made the
didn't make it
roster.
off the practice squad. That's why I say, yeah, it's thin. It's thin.
Hmm.
If he gets a
Yeah.
chance, man, it's good. He gonna have to show up and show out, and that's why I said to make these folks say the juice is worth the squeeze, because otherwise they gonna be like, it ain't worth it, man. I always go back to the story that T.I. told, that Jimmy Iovine told him. Is like, man, he's like, got these beautiful Siamese cats. He's like, yeah, but they shit is so big. And he's like, man, that's how it is, like dealing with rappers. He's like, man, you know, you got these money valuable assets. You know, with that, they give you shit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the shit just be so big. He's like, man, but when the shit becomes bigger than the cat, it's time to get rid of the cat. And that's the same thing. That's the same thing with this. Now it's done got bigger than the cat. So, man, in order for him to find a way, he gonna have to get that all the way back down again, and it's gonna take a lot of work, man.
Big ass shovels.
And so, it's gonna take a minute.
Shovels,
so.
Man. That was great, man. That was great. I did have a question, but I see the time, man. I wanted to ask about that closing ceremony, but man. Okay, go ahead, man. I know.
All right, appreciate you, B.
Devil worship.
I appreciate you. Dang.
Right.
But hey, it was fun. It was jam packed for sure. So I hear that sound. You know what that means. Good pod. Hey, Coach E.
It's all good in the D.
Detroit versus everybody. All right. You got a post-game word for the people?
Yes, I do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather around, taking in all eyes on me. Today's word is, do not let your personal decisions turn into your personal demise. We just talked about a situation where a young man had a couple seconds to think, and he chose to go one way. It could be a life-altering situation, and it could be one lesson. Either way, he is going to learn something from the situation. But I have a feeling that his personal decision is going to turn into his personal demise. So do not let that go that far. Take a second. Think about it. You're not a punk. You're not weak. You're not a horrible person. Self-preservation before everything. Think about what this is going to do to you, your reaction. Think about what it's going to do to your family, your reaction. Think about what's going to come from your reaction. So please, please, please take a time, think about it in the heat of the moment. Think about it. You must. Self-preservation. Do not let your personal decisions feed into your personal demise.
All right, let's go.
Win on me, win on three. 1, 2, 3. Win! It sounds so sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons, where you can watch on YouTube, Coach E's YouTube channel. You can also download it and listen to it on the go anywhere you get your podcasts. Especially you can get it at www.perfecttimefitness.com. We got it for Spotify and iPhone, wherever you listen to it. And that was a good, productive episode. We liked it. Hopefully you do. And listen to every other episode, download every other episode, and watch every other episode previously before this one. With that being said, see you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to Game for All Seasons with Coach E. Remember to hit the like or subscribe button on Coach E's YouTube channel. To listen on the go, download wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to follow Coach E on Instagram, X, and TikTok at BigF216. Contact us at www.perfecttimefitness.com for one-on-one or group training sessions. Our theme music provided by Mr. Taboo Timmons on SoundCloud at Mr. Taboo Timmons. Once again, thanks for listening and see you next week.